Hello and welcome to the mid-season finale of season 5. And welcome to the Woman of Worth podcast. I'm your host, Tanisha Burks. For those of you that have been with me for the past 10 weeks, thank you so much. 10 weeks, that sounds like a lot, doesn't it? And it went really fast. But thank you again for joining me this season. We will be back in October. We talked about dating with purpose. We talked about boundaries, knowing yourself, data collection, knowing why someone should be attracted to you, and realizing your worth. And so then we talked about narcissistic friends. We talked about how to discover them. And I just want to point out that all narcissistic people aren't really bad people. Some people have things that happen to them that cause them to be narcissistic. So I don't want you to give up on narcissistic people, but there does come a point in your life where for your own mental health and your own emotional well-being, you may have to separate yourself for a time from that person. That doesn't mean that you hate that person. That doesn't mean that you dislike that person. That doesn't mean that that person is bad or dislikable. It just means that there has come a point in your relationship where there needs to be some type of separation, just for you, for your mental health and your stability and for your emotional well-being. Okay. So I don't want you to just go and start cutting off people and say, oh, you're a narcissist, you're a narcissist. And then I think another thing that's important to mention is that just because a person has narcissistic behaviors does not necessarily mean that they're narcissistic, that they're a narcissist. That is something that they have to be clinically called. But there are signs that you are dealing with a person who is a narcissist. And one of the major signs is the person who has a lack of empathy and it's always everybody else's fault why they act that way. And the reason I say that you don't have to cut this person off per se is because as long as you keep being who you are and you keep being real, it's not unlikely for a person who is narcissistic to actually have a respect and a deep-found love and trust with you. But with others, they might be able to be more narcissistic because they can pull the wool over their eyes. You get what I'm saying? I would love to hear some things that you will want to talk about and that you will want to discuss. As always, I'm open to that. Woman of Worth podcast at gmail.com is the email that you can use to write in. You can always comment. I believe my comments are open on YouTube. As I've always said, I do accept comments from people, negative comments or comments that aren't really constructive criticism or aren't really criticisms that's asking for more information, because there's a way to be to have questions and not agree with something and not call somebody stupid. We gotta learn that. We gotta do better online, people. We really do have to have better social network decorum. Like maybe that'd be something I talk about in later season. Like how to constructively disagree with somebody, or how to. One of the things that I always do when I disagree with somebody, and I don't know why I'm talking about this, but one of the things that I do when I disagree with somebody is I'm always asking for more questions because I want to understand. Okay, I don't agree with this, but how did you come to this conclusion? Like, explain to me your feelings so that I can begin to understand. Because just because I disagree with something doesn't mean that it's wrong. It just means I might not be privy to that information or I might not know it. So you can't always disagree with somebody just because you don't like the rhetoric. So I just think that just because you don't agree with something, you don't need to call somebody stupid, and you don't need to be condemning people to hell and telling people that they need to die and go kill themselves. Just, I mean, if it bothers you that much, then just look away. Just don't comment. It's probably not for you. I don't know why I got on that. I think I do, because I'm saying, like, there's a way to be constructive and help versus just being mean and evil. And so for my listeners, for my viewers, I would like to present an atmosphere where we can constructively disagree with each other and explain our reasonings so that we can try to understand each other. All right. But anyways, this is the finale. I really enjoyed my time with you guys. I will be back in October. And then after those 10 episodes are done, I will be back in May of 2027. Until next time, until October, you guys enjoy the rest of your summer. I'm recording this on May 2nd, and you'll be hearing it in July. So enjoy the rest of your summer. Hope you had a wonderful 4th of July. Hope you have a wonderful August. Hope you have a wonderful September, getting the kids back into school, getting them back into the sleeping habit. And I will see you in October. And don't forget, ladies, that you are a woman chosen, a woman of purpose, and a woman of worth. God bless you.